big g'day and welcome to another edition of the BFNL Netball Show. My name's Yeendy, excited to be with you as always pumped. And I'm here with Kim Bailey, the netball guru. Thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, great to be back. And yeah, netball is now flying. We're into round 5? Round 5?
The season
5
is
gone already. It just seems like it's been going forever because we had those 2 games prior to the start of the season. So yeah, some really good action out there at the moment.
Absolutely, and of course Indigenous round in the BFNL, so plenty of gay colours out there and recognition towards Indigenous culture as well. So get behind it. Make sure you jump on the website and check out all the great exciting things we've got.
And plus, our new website.
Now, how good's that? It's a million times better than what we've had in the past, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Go and have a look. You can do the web address, Chris. What is it? We'll
have it on the bottom of the screen here.
Oh, good.
There we go. That's the beauty of editing. But looking back to the round 4 games last week, and we saw a few interesting matches, Kim.
Yeah, look, I think the first one we'll touch on is East Point, and just where they're actually sitting at the moment. They come up against ladder leaders Sunbury. So they've lost 2 great players out of their team, so it makes a really difference when you lose such a strong defender and then a mid-quarter. It really makes an effect on what you actually how you can bring that ball down the court from that transition. So, they're disappointed. Their shooting percentages are down. Lozzie Jews shot 16 from 24 at 67%. That needs to be up, especially for someone like Loz is now playing VNL and she knows what the percentage is. And Emma Farrell at 60%. So, they'd be disappointed with their shooting percentages. On the flip side, Sunbury as well. Most probably I would have actually thought they would have won it by a little bit more. Chloe Curran was out. There was still VNL matches going on everywhere the last few weeks. So had Friday, Saturday and Sunday matches, but they're finished now, so we're expecting to see everyone back. So Sunbury's depth is big enough, and they brought Amanda Kuzak in, and she shot 49 from 69 at 72%. So again, percentages down, but she's a tall target.
Yep, can't argue with that.
No, yeah, she was really good and just could hit the ball. But Ash Hardy has been sensational for Sunbury to start with, and she's just been able to. Been that with the loss of Beck Emsty to Rupert's Wood, she's just really filled her position seamlessly and still has that drive down the court. East to be a little bit disappointed where they're sitting at the moment, but we'll see how they go. They got the grand final rematch this week, so against North. So we'll that's another tough ask for them. They're going to come up against the 2 top sides for 2 weeks in a row.
We'll have a look at that shortly as we turn our attention to another game. I know the Poobage are getting down this one, and just amazed by the goal scoring spree that we saw. Mountain South 62 defeated Bacchus Marsh 50. Aggregate of 112 goals. We didn't see another game over the course of the weekend that managed to get anywhere above 90. So this was a great shootout in perfect conditions for netball. But the defence, they just couldn't keep up with the shooters.
Well, I don't know if it's offensive. You've got someone like Beck Caldwell underneath the ring, ably supported by Alexis Climas down there, and what a combination. Those 2 girls have played together for a long, long time. You look at Beck's stats. 50 from 52% at 97. 50 from 52 shots at 97%. Unbelievable. Any day you take that a million times. Now, Lex didn't shoot as many goals, but she doesn't need to because she does so much work, and their kids are doing so well as well. Mountain South Paris Disco is just flying at the moment. 17-year-old girl who's just killing it. But 50 to 62, they still did pretty good. Bacchus, Susan Watson went down into defence into attack and shot 22 from 28, so that's 86%. But you think of Mountain South last year; they didn't win a game. And to come out and do what they've done so far, they're actually in the 4 at the moment. They're sitting, in the 6. They're sitting 4th. So.
It's quite amazing.
With the second highest goals being scored, 205 for the season.
But that's with some games in.
Yeah, they have had games in them too, but they've had a couple of extra games, but that's still pretty good. And Sunbury have got that extra game and shot at 266, so they're sitting on, but that's sort of pretty average for them actually. Yeah. But really, really impressed with what Mountain South done, and Bacchus, not a bad result.
Yeah, exactly. And I have enjoyed watching Beck and Alexis sort of team up and work well together, having a great career together down at Macedon, so they got a good use to it. I did watch Alexis in particular. She did push further up the court and dart back down, so provided herself with an option, and her passes are quick and she gets them into Beck. So she almost acts as like an extra mid-quarter the way she goes about it.
Yeah, the only thing with that, you do need a goaler who shoots. And she actually, I think she shot 20 goals, something like that, 10 goals, something like that for the game anyway. So you still need that goal attack to do that work. You just can't rely on the one shooter. Well, obviously, when they're shooting at 97%,
you can't argue with that.
Can't argue with that, really. But yeah, I don't think there's any other, apart from Chloe Curran, there's no other goaler at the moment who can match Beck Caldwell.
Would love to see both of them go head to head.
Oh, they're on the other end of the court. So whatever defender can stop them, that's going to be the real challenge.
Now, we've got some great awards to dish out this week. Talk us through what we've
back
got.
with the Wendouree Stocklands Player of the Round. We've had our first two and have just been, we've been a little bit slack with Interleague and everything. We've just been a bit slowed under. So round 3 and 4 were announced. So for round 3 is one of the gutsiest players, I think, in our competition. She's a fantastic defender, had a really good interleague game. That's North Ballarat City's Emma Church, a fantastic defender. And really pleased for this one. It's a young, we just spoke about her before, but round 4 is Paris Disco, who for Mountain South, she's 17, she still plays under 19s and then pops up in A grade and just had a fantastic game driving that ball down the court, and to play with the likes of some of those girls, Beck and Alexis on the court is great, and she's going to get better and better. So you've got your $50 Stockland Wendouree Lake vouchers on the way. They should be there in the next week or so.
Excellent. No doubt they'll be looking forward to doing a bit of shopping. I know how much you love it, Kimbo.
I love it. Love shopping.
When you get the time to do so. As we turn our attention to round 5 games and looking ahead to Melton versus Bacchus Smash.
Yeah, this will be a really good game. We know Melton are quite down at the moment. They're not, the Melton that we actually have seen over the past few years, and they're rebuilding. I don't think that result from Bacchus was, they would have liked, Michael Saker would have liked the win, of course, but, there was some good signs. You saw the game. It was pretty competitive.
Exactly, and the most important thing is they did keep the ball going towards the goalers.
Yeah.
So it was nice free-flowing. They were still able to push forward.
Turn and release.
50 goals in most games would probably win you. Or you get a win.
Pretty close to it. So, they've got some good players out on the court there, but I'm going to go for Bacchus, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a crack at Melton here. I think they need an opportunity here. How'd they go last week? They went down by 9 goals against Lake Wendouree, who haven't been too bad. So I'll get on the Melton bandwagon and get their first big W for season 2017. As the next game we're going to cover, Melton versus Sebastopol. And Sebastopol, well, look, we speak about them virtually every week. They are flying at the moment.
Ballarat versus the best.
Yep.
Ballarat versus the best. Look, I'm really disappointed in Ballarat, and I think Gary Cook would be too. You look at, they didn't have Cody Lindquist on the weekend, and she's a great defender, but they're just right down. Hayley Fiddler needs to lift her percentages up. So she's, I think she might have shot around I think overall for the game last week, they shot at 49% against, I think they played Redan, was it? Yeah, they only shot 22 goals. Just need to get that moving up. So, yeah, Gary would be disappointed. Sebas, they're out and about. We know they're just the quiet achievers at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
But both Adriana and Georgia had great games on the weekend, and they're that combination. They're a bit similar to Alexis and Beck, where they've been playing together for so long, they just know where each other is. So Sebastopol, they're looking good, and I think the week after, next week, is Sebas versus Sunbury. So, these two teams get through this week. Be looking for a cracking game.
Oh, Sunday afternoon netball. Just stop whatever you're doing, get out there and check that one out there.
Great.
But this result here, you could back Sebas.
I'm going for Sebas.
Yeah, back Sebas to go across on their merry way on that one. As we look at the next game, Darley versus Mountain South. The Mountain South are doing an extremely good job. Darley, not the season they were hoping for so far.
Yeah, look, they're not travelling too bad. They would have liked some more wins. I think Amy, is Gianni. She's had a really good season in the mid-court too. No doubt Renee Hulls would have gone there and was hoping for a few more wins. They've I think they've had the one win for the season. Unfortunately, I don't think this will be the game where they'll get their next one. I think Mountain, with Mountain South with their firepower up front, he's just too strong.
Well, I can't see Melton South having a day out like they did last week where they were scoring over 60 goals at will. So I'm thinking maybe just Darley, they can get their confidence around, and maybe this could be the game for them to turn their fortunes.
I think they'll most probably hit 60 again. If you've got Beck out there, it's pretty hard not to hit around that measure. But
could she get it at 97% or something to that effect again?
That's most probably her average. That's what she shoots at normally. Yeah.
So they just need a dry supply up there heading into the forward line.
So they just, I think the key is with Beck. She is a close range shooter, and you've got to make sure that the feed doesn't come from circle edge. You've got to make sure the feed comes from around the transverse line or halfway down the court. So, if someone can do that, I think that she is stoppable.
How about the grand final rematch?
Yeah, we just spoke about that briefly. Again, North Ballarat sitting third only on percentage by Sebas. I know Sash McDonald's still out with that ankle injury. We're just hoping to get her back quickly for Sovereigns as well.
So you've got other reasons for her to get back in? Yes.
Yeah, but not sure if her sister's playing, if Laura's playing as well. But, to see East Point sitting in 7th spot is disappointing for them, and coming off the grand final win, you expect that they would want it to be to carry that momentum. But as we all know, it's really hard to go back to back.
Considering the competition has just got stronger this year, and we're starting to see teams that outside the six are really starting to make an impact this year.
Yeah, you've seen some real movement in there. Like as we said, Sebas wasn't as high this time last year, and they're up there, and Sunbury was around there. But Mountain South's been the big mover. Redan's a big improver. They're up into 5th position. It's just and Ballarat even is a bit down where they were. So there's some movement, and that's great.
Healthy competition.
Healthy. Yeah. But I think the depth of North is just going to be too much for East, and they just it's a real shame, but that's how it goes. They'll bounce back.
I think East Point showed some good form last week to go within 15 goals of Sunbury, and I think that'll be enough to spur them on.
Oh, so all right, Chris, this is good. We've got a bit of healthy competition going on here.
Let's bring it on as we turn our attention to the last game. We do have Lake Windaree versus Sunbury, and Lake is sitting on the other fringe of the 6th, Sunbury cruising on top.
Yeah, look, again, another team that's most probably a little bit disappointed where they're sitting at the moment. Lakers, we expect, I think this time last year they were sitting 3rd, Sunbury sitting around 4th at this stage. But the Sunbury team's a lot different looking team than it was last year, and it's just so much stronger. Ali Brewer for Lakers has been really having a great year so far for first year up in A grade. But you just look all over the court, the strength of Sunbury and Taryn Munro through the mid-court. Then you've got Ruthie Smith in goal attack. They're just an awesome outfit. Really hard day at the office, I think it'll be for Lakers.
Yeah, I think Sunbury will go on their merry way and set up what will hopefully all going well.
It'll be a crack of a game. I'm really looking forward to the following Sunday.
With all going well, we should see 2 undefeated sides.
Yeah, unfortunately, won't be able to get along. We'll be down at the Association Champs for our BFL under 13s, 15s and 17s games. They'll be down trying to be TID'd, and just we'd want to wish all our 3 rep teams good luck. They've all 3 have finished 2nd at the Barwon Junior Champs, and they'll play off this Monday night to go straight into the granny. And I think they can. I think we can get 4 victories down at Barwon Junior Champs. Get down there and support them if you can on the Monday night. Yep. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Kim, thanks so much for joining us here on the BFNL Netball Show. We look forward to catching up with you next week. No worries. See ya.